Do you believe in reincarnation? Well, what about the 4-year-old that told her parents she missed her children and she wanted to go home? In 1930, a 4-year-old girl named Shanti Davy refused to eat the food her mother made her. And then when her mother asked her what's wrong, she told her mom, "That's not how you make it." Her mother laughed and said, "How would you know?" And she said, "I cook for my husband and my children all the time." Her parents looked at each other like, what is wrong with this baby? But as the days went by, she continued to describe her other life. She described a house in Mathura, a city that was 90 miles away, a small clothing shop that her husband owned, 3 children that were hers, neighbors' names, and the streets that she had never visited before. She kept asking her parents, "When can we go home? I miss my children." Looking down at this 4-year-old child, her parents thought she might be becoming mentally ill, so they took her to the doctor. But when the doctor evaluated her, he said that there was nothing wrong with her, except he didn't know why she was making up these stories. By the time she was 7, Shanti's stories became even more elaborate. She described the details of the interior of a home that she had never seen. And then she spoke about giving birth, details that no 7-year-old child should ever know. She said she was in so much pain and she was trying to stay so that she could see her children one more time. But after the baby came, everything just went dark. She died right after she gave birth. After hearing the details of her incredible stories, when Shanti was 10, her teacher came up with a bright idea. She decided to write to the man that Shanti was describing at that same address that she said, to ask him if the details of her stories were true. Did he really have a shop? And did he have a wife that died 10 years earlier? A few weeks later, the teacher received a reply in the mail, and she could not believe what she read. The man said that yes, his name was Pandit. He did own a small clothing shop, and yes, he had 3 children and a wife who had died 10 years earlier, the same year that Shanti was born. Shanti's parents were shocked. Could this really just be a coincidence? Shanti's former husband, Pandit, couldn't believe the letter he received either, and he decided to make a test by sending his cousin over to Shanti's family's house to see if the girl would recognize him. Pandit's cousin made the trip to Shanti's family's home, and when he knocked on the door and introduced himself as Pandit, Shanti's former husband, she looked at him and said, "You're not my husband, you're his cousin." The cousin went back and told her former husband, Pandit, something strange is going on. So Pandit decided to make an unannounced visit to Shanti's house himself. He made the trip to her city without telling her he was coming. And when he knocked on the door, Shanti answered it and she ran straight to him. But then she stopped herself as though she was remembering that she was still in the little girl's body. She looked over at him and said, "You came. I knew you would." As Pandit continued to visit Shanti and her family, Shanti was very excited to prepare his favorite food just the way he liked it. She even talked about their children by name and mentioned private arguments that the two had that nobody knew about.